Ok, bonjour. Bonjour, bonsoir. Enfin, bonsoir. 8h50 du matin. Enfin, bref. On sait jamais sur YouTube, hein. Mince, j'ai laissé le stream est terminé. The fuck. C'est ça, plutôt. Bon, j'ai changé de scène. Voilà. Mon jeu est en train de se mettre à jour. J'avais fait la pré-mage, mais il se met quand même à jour. Donc, normalement, ça devrait être un peu plus rapide. Alors. Qu'est-ce qu'on veut? Ah oui, je voulais regarder, il y a des codes d'échange de primogèmes. Ok. Deux notifications. Ok. Bon, hier, j'ai regardé la LFL. Et j'ai pas stream. Et l'FL qui était vachement intéressante. Pourquoi tout est en pause? Ma connexion a crash? Non, pas du tout. Oh, ça se met en pause auto quand je suis pas sur la page. Ok. Et c'est nul, pourquoi ça fait ça? Ça a encore fait une mage. Sur Chrome. Je sais pas. Oh, fait chier. Attendez, je vais essayer de regarder dans les paramètres. Fusion des ressources du jeu 2 sur 2. Ok, normalement il n'a plus pour longtemps. Navigateur par défaut. Démarrage. Système. C'est pas ça. Accessibilité. Langue non. Navigateur par défaut. Ou alors c'est Twitch qui a fait ça. C'est bête. En fin de compte, si t'es pas sur la page, tu n'as pas de... Le stream se met en pause. Ouais, c'est complètement débile. Ça veut dire que tu peux pas avoir deux pages, genre... avoir un stream en fond et faire autre chose, quoi. Pourquoi ils ont fait ça? C'est Twitch qui a fait ça? Faudrait que je regarde dans les paramètres. Ouais, c'est chiant. Bon, alors. Genshin Impact. Mage. 3.4. Qu'est-ce que ça a ajouté? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a de changé? Toutes les notes de mise à jour. Quoi de neuf? Alors. Nouvelle arme. L'arme signature de Al-Aitam. Je pense que je vais essayer d'avoir Al-Aitam et son arme. En vrai. On va avoir 300 primogèmes parce qu'ils ont dû fermer le serveur pour faire la mage. Ok. Parce que dans Utaoliland, ça m'intéresse pas trop. C'est plus les 4 étoiles qui m'intéressent, du genre Ningguang et Xinchu. Ah oui, il y a les skins. Mais moi je pense que vu qu'Ayaka a eu un skin, elle ne tardera pas à faire partie des bannières. Je pense. Ce n'est que ma théorie. Des nouveaux mobs. Normalement il y a une nouvelle partie du désert aussi. Ajustement et optimisation. Offrande de nuit cycle, les artefacts sélectionnés ne seront pas effacés. Le deuxième message de confirmation dessus. Personnage. Optimisation de l'apparence du modèle à la main de Yilan. Ajustement de l'apparence de la jambe de Dori. Sur son illustration, ok. Invocation des 7, je m'en fous. Ajustement de la description du succès à un archéologue bien formé. Je peux lancer le jeu? Non, pas encore. Vérification des ressources. Ok, les succès, tout ça. Suppression de la deuxième planète de confirmation. Permettant de sauter l'animation de la deuxième phase du combat contre le boss Shuki no Kami. Ok, donc en gros, on a une nouvelle zone dans le désert. On aura les bannières Al-Eitam, Xiao, ensuite Yilan ou Tao. Il y a un nouveau personnage Yao Yao aussi, un healer d'Andro. Donc une nouvelle arme. De nouveaux donjons aussi. Palace de Ponjiva, ville des défunts, ok. Je sais pas s'il y a 3 nouvelles zones ou si c'est cette zone en particulier. Sous les carillons de l'esquisse nuit. Ce sera la quête. Ok. Je sais pas si vous l'avez vu cette... Attendez, je vais mettre en pause la musique. Hop. Toi viens là. Si vous avez vu la cinématique, elle est assez cool en vrai. Tac. Internet, où est-ce que t'es? Je vais mettre Genshin. Même s'il est pas là. Mince. Qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? C'est le début ça? Je crois pas. C'est bugué aussi. Voilà. Ok. En vrai, elle est assez cool.
It spawns monsters that lurk in the mountains where the Adepti dwell, preying on the living for decades. It manifests as devastating pestilences, scarring the world for centuries. It is the sworn duty of the Yaksha to purge all evil. But after millennia of bloodshed, karma takes a toll. A moment of complacency, and I too will succumb to the darkness. An instant of negligence, and it will turn me into one of the monsters I swore to purge. After millennia of suffering and endless slaughter, I now see things for what they really are.
You slept the whole day through, you know. Good thing you're awake. You're just in time for the lantern rite.
I carried you here on my back. I'll go get you some medicine now. Did I scare you? Don't worry, this mask is to scare away monsters. It really works. You don't need to be afraid. Huh? Are you okay? You look tired. Grandpa, give him some rice wine pudding. Well, hello there. Care to join me for a drink on this fine evening? Huh? Oh, you started celebrating already. Any rice wine for me?
Sorry. Tonight, I just want to rest.
Very nice. It's good to take the mask off once in a while, even just for one night.
Voilà. T'as 43%, mais pourquoi ça n'avance pas? C'est pas possible. Bon. Du coup, on est obligé d'attendre le jeu. Je vais remettre comme ça en attendant. J'ai vu aussi pas mal de mèmes à propos de Xiao et Chichi. Parce qu'elle dit, dans la cinématique, je t'ai amené jusqu'ici sur mon dos. Chichi qui fait 12 cm de haut. Du coup, c'est assez marrant. Bon, normalement, je démarre le jeu. Ok. On va mettre la musique. Salut Oko, comment ça va? Hop. Tiens, recevoir une notif, en tout cas les drops marchent bien. Bah ça va bien, merci. Hop. Oh, du coup, il y a encore une mage là. Oh. Sur l'écran de chargement. Par contre, ça sert à rien de faire le pré-téléchargement. Il y a des mages partout. Qu'est-ce qu'on a fait le dernier coup? Alors les drops, Comment qu'il faut faire? Ah, il faut lier son compte Twitch et Genshin. Tac. Attends, je vais regarder. J'ai peut-être le lien. Ouais. Normalement, tu lis ton compte Twitch et Genshin. Et quand tu vas regarder du Genshin sur Twitch, tu vas avoir des petits drops qui vont pop. Bon, en tant que streamer, je crois que juste en... Bah, c'est ça, faut lier le compte. Puis juste en streamant, il y a les drops. Moi, c'est ce que j'ai fait. Je suis à R49 là en ce moment, bientôt 50. Allez, merci pour le follow du coup. Ouah, le son est fort. Mais je l'avais baissé, j'avais l'impression de plus l'entendre. Je l'ai remonté, j'ai l'impression qu'il est trop fort. Hop. Quand même. Voilà. Heureusement que j'ai fait le pré-téléchargement, je sais pas combien de temps ça aurait pris. Et en vrai. Parce que là, ça fait 20 minutes que ça fait des matchs. Enfin, après, c'est lourd vu qu'il rajoute du terrain, forcément. Oh là 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 là. Ah d'accord. J'ai un truc comme ça. Puis à l'item du coup. Même elle, elle est peut-être intéressante. Je l'ai jamais essayé. Ok. Normalement, tac. Yao Yao est dans ces bannières. Après la mage, elle sera dans cette bannière-là.
Once there was a glorious
Ouais. Ok. Ça a déjà conservé quelques trucs. L'essayer, c'est l'adopter. Ok. Ça, c'est sa quête d'histoire. La nouvelle zone. Le nouveau boss. Ok. Annonce. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Ah oui. Hop. Qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? Hop, message. 600 primo. Tout récupérer. Supprimer tous les messages lus. Oh, on s'en fout. Ayaka. Qui est là. Elle sera 1680 après. Ah oui, puis il y avait les codes. Faut aller dans les paramètres, je crois. Là, les codes. Oh, j'ai enlevé la page. Oh, je suis trop bête. Expiré. Tiens donc. Ouais, il serait temps qu'ils se mettent à jour leur site là. Ok. Ok, avec celui-là. Mais je crois qu'il en donnait pas mal celui-là. 60. Ok. Bon là il y a les quêtes quotidiennes. Double preuve, ok. Mais je pense qu'il faut que je finisse ça d'abord. La quête principale. J'ai un peu comme ça, je vais le faire. Hop. Hop. Je dois quitter la maison. Moi je pense que je vais continuer les quêtes principales. Attendez le lendemain. Oh, techniquement c'est le lendemain. Oula, ça lag. Parler à Candace. C'est calé.
Candace, we're here! Has everyone arrived?
Everyone is already waiting inside.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Please, wait a moment. Before attending the meeting, I hope you can promise me one thing.
What do you need?
Promise me that you won't commit to anything too reckless.
What do you think?
Okay.
Je dois pas me montrer trop téméraire. Oh. Merde. Ça a déclenché une autre quête. Non, je m'en fous. J'ai parlé au gars parce que Paimon était toujours à côté de lui. Je me demandais pourquoi il avait une Paimon aussi. C'était juste un bug apparemment. Hop.
Everyone's here so early! But why isn't anybody talking?
We already discussed things a bit.
Hey, where have you been? I've missed you too.
Are you ready?
On peut commencer.
Very well.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
I gotta admit, it's bold.
The point of discussion is to arrive at a solution. Let's cut the small talk and move to the next point.
You're finally done.
I have some other stuff to take care of. Catch you all later. Come on, don't give me that face. I know what you're going to say.
That's what I wanted to hear. Well, traveler, Paimon, judging from your expressions, the meeting...
You can tell?
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy, but I can sense people's emotions. And based on your reaction, things must have gone...
Paimon's a little worried.
To be honest, I feel the same. But you're already some of the most capable people I know. Your deeds speak for themselves.
Candace, we stayed behind to tell you that, although you won't be coming with us, we'll be sure to remember your words.
I'm very glad to hear that. I've said the same thing to everyone here today as I said to you when you arrived. Only when you're safe can the plan be successful. So please, you're welcome. Good luck. With everything.
Rejoignez Al Aitam du coup. Hop.
Sounds good. I'll go.
Okay.
I'll hit them!
Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
Yeah! Also, Candace told everyone to be careful.
Yes, she did. But I think my point also, our plan is not child's play. We won't be able to achieve, and I hope this is clear to you.
Huh? Shouldn't you be saying something more?
Didn't we already do that during the meeting?
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to remind you we all have our jobs to do after all. It's like how some people can be put in...
Speaking of the front lines, you don't...
Of course. Compared to the mercenaries, I'm merely a feeble scholar. But the advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in a safer place and offer my strategic... Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind. Mercenary groups are facing constant danger every single day.
Well, being a scholar is also a high-risk occupation.
I'm not like the rest of them. Even among members of the same species, some...
This guy. Paimon still remembers when those
All intellectuals are lunatics in the eyes of fools. I'll take... Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned forbidden knowledge. You have a good memory. Forbidden knowledge has the power to drive people insane, but this fact has never been shared with the public. Even I, who has worked in the academia for some time, was never once informed of this. I think those mad scholars and mercenaries we encountered may have all fallen victim to the corrupting, but the academia has always held a different view. They've always believed that symptoms of madness are a side effect of human contact with divine knowledge as mere mortals. Come to think of it, perhaps the academia has also never understood the true nature of forbidden knowledge, and thus always approached the issue from the wrong direction. The Withering, Elazar, and the Sandstorms. Don't you think what is happening right now across Sumeru is rather similar to the forbidden knowledge pollution that occurred in the desert thousands of years ago?
But Paimon thought that Irminsul's disease is at least. That's what Tainari told. Wait a second.
Ah, you've connected the dots. The cause of Irminsul's...
But if that's the case, what should we...
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
You mean, it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the Avidia forest?
In that case, it's imperative that we rescue Lesser to make sure we're still on track. I would like to check on this...
Where are we going?
To an Eremite base.
Le père des Érémites. Ah bah du coup j'ai un point de TP. On l'a pris le dernier coup.
Ah, they're here.
Huh?
I gave them some technical work.
Ah, it's the scribe. And is that the traveler I see?
How's the work going?
Ah, yes! We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is already ready for use, while the others are still under repair.
Aren't those devices for canned knowledge extraction? What are you doing?
Look here.
Huh? More canned knowledge? Are you going to put more weird stuff?
What's that look on your face? Are you...
Paimon's a little scared, but very, very furious!
Anyway, we're not going to use this just yet. As I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a decree I drew up in the past. The academia should also have their own copy. And according to the plan we just came... Traveler, I want you to record something into this capsule. Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali? Good. Conviction is the most important part. Now, please get ready and put...
You want us to record our conviction?
Yes. I understand, but trust me, Paimon, this is something we have to do. Because, to achieve this impossible task, it sounds like you'll need to fool your...
Paimon can see the point you're trying to make.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything went without a hitch, and everyone Now, open your eyes. Here.
What's this?
Read it out loud. It's done.
Is your head okay? Does anything...
It's just a recording. There should be no negative effect.
But what was the point of doing this?
And that's perfectly fine. In any case, these capsules aren't meant to be used.
Huh? What do you...
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account for those who have long relied on the Akasha. You may find it hard to believe, but for those people, everything the Akasha transmits to them is nothing short of... Imagine if you've been using a device like the Akasha since the day you were born, and this device has always supported you during times of need. After all that time...
A fool? A machine?
A slave to orders. And that's why rules are so important. In addition, those who understand the rules can delineate boundaries.
But why would you need...
You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very... interesting.
Things you're interested in are really out there. Are all Sumeru...
Anyway, I'm going to take those two to work on some small projects. You can head to Caravan Rebot and start preparing for the next step.
Small project?
We're going to tinker with the Akasha terminal and make a few... modifications.
Ok. Hop. J'imagine qu'on va rencontrer Daya ici. Ah, c'est Sino.
How can you go back on your word?
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties. I've given it a lot of thought.
But it's still the best plan we have. As a former Matra, you of all people should be able to see the bigger picture and
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called advantages. Alhaitham's plan is even more
Huh? Why are you guys arguing?
My friend, you're just in time. What?
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, you're familiar with the local environment, so you'll take care of the specifics. But then, you went to Alhaitham for— Had I known Alhaitham would give you those kinds of suggestions—
Look, you already know that we're all on the same side here.
Mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not hesitate to make sacrifices if they deem the situation—
Seems you really do on—
Traveler, Paimon. Ramon's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Reebok guards in my capacity as a Matra. We will arrest the mercenaries and escort them into—
Wait! How can we work with the—
We can't get through that wall easily, remember? Caravan Rebot would never let so many unregistered members of the Eremites enter Sumeru City. My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and also let us enter the city as a big—
That also sounds like something Alhaitham told you.
Doesn't Alhaitham know how dangerous this plan is?
Of course he does. He told me, there is no perfect plan, but this can get the job done. He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, our chance of success would increase significantly. I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people. I think he made—
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. But I can't guarantee that kind of discipline from the guards. To make the whole thing more convincing, you'll need to resist to some degree. Casualties are inevitable. I'm okay with the deaths of enemies. But now that we're allies, I'm against the meaningless loss of our own.
I can't believe a Matra would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life, and I can say that people like you—
I've always treated my allies with honesty and respect.
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help? We can help fight some of the mercenaries, which should reduce the number of times you'll have to struggle directly with the guards. That should help at least a little bit.
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. We have no fear of casualties, because we crave the spoils—
Well, now that— But remember, you need to follow the plan and not do anything reckless. Candace made it very clear, since you and I both recognize the significance of this operation. There should be no more animosity between the followers of the Dendrawar.
Okay, you have a deal.
The guards should be stationed in the courtyard nearby. You can find them there. Guards!
General Mahamatra! To what do we owe the honor?
Keep your voice down. This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location. According to the Academia's Guide and Regulations on Secret Operations, I have the right to ask for the cooperation of Caravan Reap.
Ah, of course. Mahamatra Sino's order. But who exactly are you planning to arrest, and how many people are you expecting? Depending on the scale of the—
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain El Akhmar in Port Ormos. They're involved in the theft—
As many as Ain Al Akhmar? This should definitely be classified as a joint operation.
And I suggest that you report this to your superiors as soon as possible. And treat it as a top priority desert operation.
Got it. Please wait a moment. I'll contact them immediately.
Because this is work. Because I trust you.
Paimon can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. This whole thing, aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already know that you've been, even if that guard doesn't know, there's some—
We discussed this, remember?
The caravan rebot operation is of great importance. But don't worry, the guards there shouldn't know that Sino has stepped down.
How can you be so sure?
First, the other Matra still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covering up the matter.
Second, this is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the General Mahamatra, it's bound to attract a lot of unwanted attention. No matter how you look at it, they don't seem interested in sharing—
A reasonable inference.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of the—
The Akasha is still in operation, so I must remain on high alert. Actually, considering the power of the Akasha,
I've given that a lot of thought. If you remember, when you first came to Aru village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave that information to those who kidnapped the village keepers. But things like that never happened again after we met up with the—
That's true. But why?
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the Akasha will predict your actions?
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but the key to this question is, how well can the Akasha make— Haven't you ever thought about it? Just how can it do this in the first—
Because the Akasha controls the entirety of—
The Academia firmly believes that all human actions can be explained through logic.
By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of— However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, can everyone truly be considered logical at all times? Emotions are part of our behavioral logic. But can you guarantee that every experience— Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence of another person who could sway you or your thoughts, decisive and principled, you were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure— But now, you've joined a team. And I believe the Akasha hasn't yet figured out the full— Our thoughts and logic have intermingled and weaved themselves together to be— The Akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions. So, in my opinion, you're probably safe for now.
Makes sense to me. I agree.
I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate. And people will not be forever trapped by the—
Paimon, so—
Next time, pay attention during our meeting.
Will do.
Just remember to stay vigilant.
Footsteps!
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here. I'm the security officer of the Great Red Sand District. My name—
This is my assistant, the Traveler. He will—
Beep! Construct, beep!
What a great honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the sun. And, is this the latest technology from the—
Have you made a decision regarding the matter I mentioned to your subordinate?
It seems to be a dire situation, so of course you will have our full—
There's no need for flattery. Take your most elite platoon and follow me to the eastern side of the district.
Understood.
Map.
Hurry, bring the map!
In 2 days, we will engage Rahman's Eremites and capture— Any questions about the time?
None at all, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Maybe hanging around the General Mahamatra isn't so bad after all. Everyone's so respectful towards us.
This is all due to the absolute authority of the Academia. And now, get ready.
J'attends 2 jours. Ce serait pas la montagne de dragon, ça? Bon, c'est possible. C'est possible que ce soit ça.
Time for the operation! Let's go meet Sino in the desert!
Quit following me.
Look! Over there! Our helpers have arrived already! Let's hurry over!
Wait a moment.
Oh, it's you!
You're my assistant, remember? Being my assistant, you must stay with me.
It's General Mahamatra and his assistants.
Monsieur
We meet
l'assistant.
again. It's to show how important we think the operation. Since this is a big case for the academia, we are prepared.
I'm glad to hear your sense of resolve. Remember, they are our only leads for the case. If they die...
Understood.
Everyone! The Eremites are approaching from...
Make preparations and be ready for combat. Halt!
Oh? What a warm welcome! Judging from those shiny weapons in your hands, it's...
Rahman. The Academia has caught wind of your smuggling and illicit sales.
Who are you supposed to be? A Matra from the Academia?
I'm not here to talk.
Oh, nobody's given me this much time of day since I became a mercenary. Brothers! For that slight, let's wash our blood.
The wind rises. Wretched vermin! Behold!
It's over.
We have subdued them. The operation is now over. All Eremite mercenaries and related personnel in the area have been arrested.
Ah, you pitiful Dendro Archon dogs! You'll regret King Deshret will curse you, and you will...
Silence!
Oh,
Restrain them and take them back to Caravan Rebot. Count their numbers and send them to the Academia as instructed.
Yes, sir!
Mahamatra Sino, I will now take my leave. If you need further assistance, please.
Understood. You are dismissed.
There they go.
Let's talk elsewhere.
Okay.
This part of the plan went really well.
Yes.
That's fantastic. And that punch you gave Ramon there? Sure.
Once we're done here, I'll return to Caravan Rebot and oversee the group's transport.
Yeah, you're the reason.
It's not the time to celebrate yet. Go join up with her.
Speaking of which, is it really okay for us not to share the full plan with Tainari? What if he'll...
I have a very close relationship with Tainari. Given how well we know each other, I believe my message alone should be enough to bring him to our side. If we need help, Tainari is the best. Get ready for the next phase of the plan.
Ok, je passe au niveau 50. Élévation au niveau d'aventure 4. Je vais pas le faire tout de suite.
Too slow.
Dia! We're here!
It's about time. Didn't you say our part of the plan is the most important of all? And here you come rolling in late. In the time it took you to get here, I already did 5 laps around the place, downed 7 drinks, and even did some...
Sorry. We didn't mean to keep...
I just wanted to fix your attitude and rub it in a little. After all, you took your sweet time getting here, and we've got important stuff to take care of. I just like seeing that serious look on your face. All joking aside, I'm glad you're here. Let's get moving and take care.
But wait.
Our responsibility is to get a status update on the Fatui Harbinger known as the Doctor. We need to make sure he won't get in our way when we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanal. Dealing with an institution that controls all of Sumeru is already hard enough. If the Doctor were to crash the party, it would be next to impossible.
Yeah, we sure don't want him showing up. Ooh.
Right? Hearing his name just reminds me of those stuffy old geezers in the academia. I'd rather not have to deal with someone like that. According to the plan, we should first go to Pardis DI and ask for Forest Watcher Tainari. If all Hatham and Sino's sources are solid, then we can be sure that Tainari still has the Academia's trust. So, we'll find Tainari and convince him to get us the latest intel on the Doctor. Then, depending on what we learn, the sages have placed spies everywhere on the other side of the wall. I'll follow you as a bodyguard. You should be honored. I don't offer my services to just...
But Paimon thought mercenaries would do anything for more.
That's certainly true. But when multiple employers are vying for your services, you...
How much...
how much do I want? Hey, how about paying me with a smile? What do you say? I haven't seen you smiling much recently. If you ask me, someone like you, come on, give me a smile so that I can be looking good. There are many kinds of smiles, but only a truly joyous one can bring blessings to... Let's go.
Hop. Du coup, faut qu'on aille voir Tignari, lui demander d'être notre espion.
Quit following me.
He's over there! Let's go say hi! Tainari!
Ah, Traveler, Paimon. And you are?
Hey there.
This is our friend Tia. She's an eremite.
A mercenary? You must have some big news for me.
It's something really important. Please help.
All right. This place is better. We won't be disturbed by... Okay, what is this important thing you want to ask me? The Doctor, huh?
He's that strange-looking Fatui Harbinger with the mask. Paimon thinks he had...
Yes, I know him. Actually, he left Pardis DI.
He left already?
Yeah, he came looking for me.
Can I ask what it was about? Sorry to ask you like this after having just met. For now, all we can share with you is that your friend Sino...
Sino, you... I see. So that's why he hasn't been at the Academia. Okay. I will answer your questions and will assist you any way I can. You don't...
Sino's name really does work wonders. You're not even a little worried.
Despite having just met you, I can sense that you're the serious type. Between you, the Traveler, and Sino, none of you strike... You don't need to tell me anything you don't want to. I'll also get straight to the point. The Harbinger you mentioned came to me because he wanted to take the scholar Hypatia away with him.
Hypatia? Why would he want her?
And what do you mean by take away?
Yes. He told me his return to Snezhnaya is imminent. So you mean...
Indeed. Otherwise, we could have perhaps talked a little more. I was just about to set out when I remembered something important. To that end, I made a final trip to Pardis DI. Let me ask, have you been taking care of a scholar by the name of Hypatia?
Your sources are accurate. No doubt because you recruited many informants. But you're right, Hypatia...
Forgive me for asking, but how's the treatment coming along?
Given the way you're asking...
Since you asked, I'll be frank. I would like to take...
It's incredibly difficult to transfer a patient. As a scholar yourself, shouldn't you at least be aware of this?
Oh. I can't believe your utter lack of faith in me, to the point of even questioning my general level of knowledge. How
Well, you're the only one who's ever made such a request.
I have my ways of keeping her safe during the journey. In addition, I can also promise that under my care, I will personally supervise her treatment and...
Hypatia was born in Sumeru and remains a scholar of the Academia. Her situation has not become dire enough to necessitate. Transporting her to Snezhnaya is risky, and the potential benefits are unknown. As the your suggestion is rude and reckless. I'll pass. I don't know much about the doctor, but after talking with him, I realized that, just like many other scholars, he possesses an... It's not so much that he's looking down on others, but more that he's so confident in himself and his abilities, to a point of near ins... I would never refer a patient to someone like him. I prepared myself for a protracted battle of wits, and was really surprised to see him just give up on the topic. Still, his reaction...
I see. Of course, your opinion makes perfect sense. You're still young, but already quite stubborn. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't just let you off the hook like this. But unfortunately, I'm in a hurry today. What with Her Most Noble Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave. It's just as the Academia said. You're a responsible and gifted scholar. Sadly, even with... And that's also why people like you can never realize that sooner or later, everyone must pay the price for what they've learned.
Paimon can't help but feel like he's hit...
He asked a question, yet didn't care for my answer. Perhaps I'm nothing but a talking rock in his eyes. He never came off as malicious, but an utter lack of compassion permeated throughout.
I can barely believe it myself. But if that...
I don't think I missed any details. Frankly speaking, I don't want you to do anything too risky. Now that you know a little more, it should be easier for you to...
Sorry, we can't tell you everything. We appreciate that
It's okay. I have an obligation to do so. To be perfectly... Recently, my master wrote several letters to me, asking me to return to the Academia and...
Hasn't he already asked you several times before?
Yes, but there's something off about this most recent batch of letters. The handwriting and tone are... My master will occasionally leave a few dots on the back of the letter. 1 dot means that he wrote the letter on a sunny day, and 3 dots stand for a rainy day. This has been a habit of his for many years, but I didn't find any dots in his recent letters. I believe...
I get it. Since you are always at Gandharvaville, you would like me, someone already working at the Academia, to invest...
I'd like to ask you to do that for me, if you can keep yourself safe.
I can do that, but I have a feeling it won't be that. The Academia has been working on a big project. I'm not quite sure what it is, but you... If the higher-ups really are hiding something, then it will be difficult to remove myself from the situation. If the situation becomes critical, I'll leave the Academia. If you don't see me there for an extended period, that's your cue.
All right, we've got a plan. I'll stay at Gundar...
If that scenario comes to pass, you must be extra vigilant.
I must say, I didn't expect a warning like this from the General Mahamatra.
Being loyal to the Academia doesn't mean blindly doing whatever the sages say. On that note, aren't you also being quite distrustful of your...
The Academia, yes, but my master is a man of integrity. Even when I was a student, I was worried he'd get in trouble for sticking to his beliefs. I suppose he's lucky to have lasted so long. But in the end...
I see. So you noticed something was up with the academia from the very beginning.
This may well be how Sino became involved in all this. In that case, also, if you run into Sino again, please help me pass on a message to him. Trust your own senses and experiences. I think this may be something he needs to hear right now.
Okay, we'll find a chance to tell him.
Thanks.
Right. Now let's go hunt down this Harbin. Oh, by the way, which way did the doctor go when he left Paradis DI?
That way.
Gotcha. Thanks so much. We'll be on our way.
Okay.
According to Tighnari, the doctor is leaving Sumeru soon. I want to check if the He also said that he'll take care of just to be safe.
But we have no idea what...
We'll do it the mercenary way. I'll find... That Harbinger may have tried to cover his trail, but he still left some traces. Or perhaps he never even thought about concealing his whereabouts. Maybe that's just how arrogant he really is. Yep, we're headed in the right direction. The traces are still fresh, but there's no sign of his entourage. Clearly they're in a hurry. It's just as I thought.
Un campement de fatouille, ça.
We can stop here. I think I know where the doctor... To the south of here is Port Ormos, which seems to be where they're headed.
Port Ormos?
That's right. Let's go to the port and...
900 mètres. Ok. On y était loin quand même.
Squall and Fury.
Oh la vache, il y a beaucoup de fatouilles.
Don't draw there. The port is crawling with Fatu.
Let's keep going and...
Now this is a proper farewell ceremony for a Snezhnayan Harbinger.
The Lord Harbinger is leaving. I've still only seen him once or twice.
I used to hold a position in our homeland, and back then, the doctor spoke in a very different way from the way he speaks now. Maybe the way people talk in Sumeru has rubbed off on him? It's always like that when you spend too long away from home. When he gets back to Snezhnaya, perhaps it will also take him some time to get used to the life there again.
Huh? But, sir, that can't be right.
No, I remember it like it was yesterday. Both his expressions and tones are now very different. Also, for some reason, he seems like he's all smiles now.
You must be mistaken. Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
The doctor is on that boat. So he told the truth after all. He is actually leaving Sumeru. Let's get closer and find a place to hide so we can observe him. This place will do. We can hide here while we keep it.
Uh-oh! He saw us!
Huh? Is he waving at...
It's time to say goodbye.
Wait, is he the only person on the boat?
You...
And Where are all the soldiers?
They were all here just a few minutes ago.
So this was a trap. Wait.
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
Oh no. They might be after Hypatia. Let's get back to Party's DI.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm afraid that she's seen something that she wasn't supposed to see. If I were the Fatui, I would also try—
Oh no!
Let's go!
Party's DI is not a place you Fatui—
I believe we've already made ourselves quite clear. Our superior gave us permission to search for and collect medicinal herbs in Party—
But you've been in Sumeru for some time already. I find it coincidental that you chose to only come here today.
Even the Grand Sage himself may not have the right to question our research, much less an ordinary— I've done my duty to inform you. Don't—
It would seem that my words have— You can keep trying to deny it, but coming to—
With all due respect, your baseless speculations will only—
Well, you only have your Harbinger to blame. He knows nothing. I may be staying at Party's DI as a scholar, but that doesn't mean it is still my duty to protect the peace and safety of the scholars.
Then it seems our conversation has—
No one will lay a hand on you, Hypatia.
Tighnari! Are you alright?
Fine.
These Fatui have really crossed the line. Time to teach them a lesson.
There's no use resisting! Give us Hypatia!
Keep dreaming!
Yeah, Tighnari! Beat him up! Not now.
The wind rises.
My guiding star, I'll protect us. Hi?
The doctor's orders are absolute.
Yeah? You've been someone's lapdog for so long that you don't know anything else now.
For me.
Cry louder.
Ok, j'ai une quête de
We're
disponible
not
comme ça.
getting anywhere. Traveler, Paimon, please go to Hypatia.
Got it. Hypatia's still here. Well, how is she? Oh, that's good.
So, you think this is over?
What? The
I've missed that look of abject horror. You've given me that look every time we meet.
But, where is he?
I can hear all of your thoughts, you know. Don't you remember? I already saw you the first time you came to Party's DI and made contact with him. I didn't need to do anything. It is her honor to be able to connect her consciousness.
Who are you talking to? It can't be the Baladine.
I know you must be curious. I might as well tell you that I decided to enter Hypatia's consciousness the moment I sensed your touch. I wanted to observe you on a fool's errand.
Hey! Trav!
My deification is nearly complete. All that's left now are just some... Do you understand? Even if you manage to rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali, it will be impossible for you to defeat a bona fide god like me. Is it wise to force that childlike god into a divine... Scholars consider the god of wisdom to be the sum total of their faith. It's how they can justify but this also shows that humanity's worship of gods is a combination of... Yes. Yeah, I'm in a good mood, which is why I'm talking to you like this. What do you mean? Those words almost make, but you're wrong. I'm different from all of you. I was born to become a god. My entire life up until this point has just been a meaningless routine. Just think about a sheet of paper. By itself, it holds no meaning. All I had recorded down before were some painful memories and boring human feelings. Indeed, to me, the sight of you fools in your futile struggles is far more amusing. Tell me, just what I'm connected to your consciousness, so I can hear what you're thinking, and sense the depth of your determination. This is a good conversation we're having. So here's a word of advice. Let go of your misguided guardian complex. You know nothing about the truth. It'll be for your own good, as well as everyone else's. Ah, you've seen my affection for her. If you were in my position, she peered into my consciousness and saw my past. Someone like that is qualified. All gods need followers. So Hypatia has been chosen. Her appearance heralds my imminent arrival at the throne of divinity, while her worship shall become... You're doubting me again? No matter. Soon... Who wants to hurt my devout follower? The doctor wants to hurt my first follower? How very amusing. Has anyone ever told you the doctor has never known his place? Even now, the puny human thinks himself capable of interfering in the business. You're still too naive if you think a few words will be enough to convince me to destroy the doctor. But it is an honor for you to be able to stand here and speak with me. As my listener, you will be rewarded. Both good things and bad things can be called gifts. After all, gods have never needed to be reasonable.
Ah! Paimon hears thunder! That person Paimon couldn't see was the Palantir? Oh, he sure chatted with you for a while. Where is the storm headed? That means anyone outside is in danger! Let's...
Too slow.
He's hurt.
I'm fine.
Don't move. I've seen eremites get struck by lightning before. You need to rest.
Struck by lightning?
We were fighting, and just as things started looking grim, the weather suddenly became extremely strange. Lightning started attacking Luckily, there were only 2 of us, and both of us were nimble enough to dodge most of the strikes. There were a lot of Fatui, though, and they were being torn.
With that, all the Fatui soldiers were forced to retreat. My wound aside, you look like you've seen something unpleasant.
Hey, didn't I tell you not?
Just in case.
Merde. Par où je dois passer? Par là. Quête coquille, pari calculé. Ok. Ah, voilà seulement que c'est disponible. 17 jours, bon ça va, j'ai le temps de le faire.
Thank goodness she's...
Hey, how about taking care of yourself?
I understand my condition.
Ugh. The more you understand...
I know. They always think they can push through the pain.
Oh, he sat down.
Let me rest for a bit.
So that's what you were talking to the balladeer about? Oh, Paimon can't believe what he's thinking.
The academia's...
That sounds, ambitious, I guess? As long as I can enjoy every day with a drink in my hand, tasty food in my stomach, and a good... I must be the least ambitious person who's ever set foot in Party DI.
Don't say that. I haven't even
Don't mention it. Well, if nothing else, all this proves that the doctor really did have some urgent matter to attend to, and left Sumeru in a hurry. Maybe the Fatui want to cover up some secret of...
You said the balladeer claimed that Hypatia has seen his past. So, what could be...
Have you noticed? The balladeer is not happy with the doctor's actions. He thinks the doctor has no right to consider himself as his equal.
So, if the doctor was to show up again, would the balladeer zap him with lightning?
Based on what the traveler has said, I think he would. Having the doctor gone benefits him as well as us. In other words, we've successfully completed this stage of the plan. The doctor is out of the picture.
Yay!
Thank you for the help, Tainari. Make sure you rest up for...
Yeah.
Okay, that wraps things up for us here at Party DI. Traveler, let's continue to keep a low profile.
Au Grand Bazar, c'est dans la ville de Sumeru. « 19h. Tiens, faut que je forge 20 objets. J'aimerais forger des armes. Ah non. Eita, mais Sino, ils sont là.
All right, everyone is here.
How did everything go?
Let's report back one by one. We've made the necessary modifications to the Akasha terminal. In addition...
I'll go next. The Traveler and I went to Party's DI. The situation was a bit complicated, but we found Tainari.
Who was behind it?
Well, that's the tough part. What should I say, Traveler? The Fatui or the Balladeer? After some back and forth, we confirmed that the doctor has left Sumeru by boat. He has something urgent to attend to back in So, we've successfully removed the doctor from the picture. Also, Tainari's already rested.
Oh, Tainari also asked us to tell you this message.
Everything also went smoothly on my side. The Eremites should have arrived at their to avoid alerting the quarry. They will stay there for now.
I can't believe you actually got so many Eremites into Sumeru City.
It's all thanks to Rahman and his brave team.
It appears to have been very effective. I'm glad to hear it. Well, is that everything?
Huh? Wait.
Well, what...
Shouldn't you end with some words of encouragement?
Personally, I'd rather we all go home and get some rest.
I'll hate them.
Oh, and if you wanted someone to say something to that effect, then I must reiterate that I'm here to strategize and not to lead. So you should find someone more suitable to do that.
But I thought all of you academia big shots were great speakers.
Then I should remind you that I'm the scribe.
I know that. So what?
A scribe is responsible for recording meetings, not speaking.
Fine, whatever. Well, Sino doesn't seem to be much of a talk.
Employer?
Yep. The Traveler hired me. That's right. So come on, boss. What do you...
Yeah! Say something to boost morale! Huh? What are you all doing here?
C'est Nilou.
Oh, it's Nilou! Hey, everyone. I'm not disturbing...
Not at all. I was actually just about to go find you.
Judging from the group and all, but you also look like you're up to no good.
Welcome, Nilou. Would you like to join us?
Huh? Join? You mean... you also want to...
Yes. Something very important. Nilou, are there any breaks in your performance schedule in the upcoming days?
Huh? Wait, you're seriously inviting... I can't believe my ears. You are truly the... Oh, right. The Traveler and Paimon are not from Sumeru. That's right! I must admit that, but I'll try my best for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Remember.
Okay. I'll get my friends at the Grand Bazaar to help us...
Just remember not to say too much.
Yep,
All the preparations are done. Now, can we finally conclude this meeting?
So, have you thought up what you'd like to say, boss?
Yep. It's a grand plan and we're all super...
Well said. A good night's rest before an operation.
Thankfully, I've had my place to myself recently.
Huh?
Oh,
Alright, let's all go home and get a good night's sleep so we... Okay. So I guess that... Yep, good night.
Vers la victoire et au-delà. Dès demain 8h midi. Bon ça va, attendre comme ça c'est pas non plus trop longtemps, ça va. Ah, on a bien dormi. Le rejoindre à l'académie, c'est au point de TP ça.
hello, you two. Sleep.
Not really. Paimon got too nervous thinking about... What about you all, hey?
Naturally, I slept just fine. After all, a good rest should be considered part of the plan, since energy is an important resource.
You just want to show off how calm you are.
It's crucial to dissipate any tension before we execute our plan.
The only thing you're doing is being annoying!
Anyway, do you need me to go over the game plan again? Our target is Grand Sage Azar's office. Everyone in the Academia knows that's where the Grand Sage's many restricted commands and operations are executed via that console.
You know, Paimon's been thinking, what kind—
That isn't something they could have accomplished with their scholarly talents alone. In the Sanctuary of Surasthana, there's a device of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's that she once used to isolate herself while met 500 years ago. The Grand Sage at the time modified the device so that it can no longer be controlled.
So,
Don't forget, today is Nyargarbaha Day. Arguably, the sages and core academia personnel are busy loading the latest batch of research developments and legal decrees into knowledge capsules. All the Darshan's researchers have their noses to the grindstone, and the academia's grounds are flowing with all sorts of people. It's the when the Grand Sage leaves his office, well, yes, that's just the visible side. If precedence holds, the academia should have already started.
Everyone should be in position. All that's left is—
Let's go.
So are we just gonna—
Yes. Were you?
Paimon.
Du coup, ça va être un donjon. Ah non.
Scribe? Please, wait. Are you—
That's me. Is something the matter?
No. I was just surprised to see you here. I had heard that the sages were looking for you not long ago, and, also, please don't bring outside guests into the academia.
Outside guests? How did you arrive at such a conclusion? Your groundless inference shames the Haravatat Darsh.
What did you say? I'm the top student in Haravatat, and I earned 3rd place.
That wasn't my intention. As your Haravatat senior, I just assumed— Look, based on what you already know, the purpose of my return—
Is that so? The sages search for you, so, from the start, the sages weren't looking for you—
Hey, shh. Yes, you've proven yourself as the top student in Haravatat.
As I expected. Please—
It's nothing. We'll be—
All right. Thank you for your
What the heck just happened now?
I'm afraid I don't know either.
You have no idea?
He convinced himself of whatever truth. That is the so-called pride of a scholar. If someone questions their academic— Nowadays, the academia is rampant with this type of scholar.
Wow. So there are special—
We shouldn't waste any more time.
Is this the Academia's library?
Indeed. Known as the House of Dana, it is quite possibly the most extensive
There are a lot of students going through—
The academia marches to a fast beat, especially since it's Nyargarbaha Day. They're all— Just act natural.
What's this platform for?
It's a lift that academia personnel use to access—
Are we gonna take it then?
No, not right now. We can't guarantee that we won't run in—
You think the Grand Sage will exit from there? And after he does, we'd sneak past him?
Who knows? However, if we can confirm Azar's current location, our
Allow me to offer you a hint. If you wish to know his location, look behind you. Do not tell me you believed the Academia would not grow suspicious of you after such an eyewitness had informed me of your whereabouts. So I came.
Grand Sage, I didn't expect you to care so much about me.
I'm sure. But compared to you, I am far more interested in these. It's a pity that only now have I been afforded the opportunity to formally meet two of Sumeru's most esteemed guests. I do apologize for my Excellent. You immediately initiated discussion instead of attempting to prepare some perfunctory excuse. The foot traffic here renders this place unsuitable for discussion. Please.
D'accord.
This place is crawling with guards. There's no way out for us.
All right then, traveler. What did you wish? Today is Niagarbaha Day, so I still have many responsibilities to attend to. There is little time for idle chit-chat. You seem to know quite a bit. If that is so, then you should be praising our great work, rather than using your trivial misgivings in a futile attempt to sway me.
Trivial?
Then tell me, what do the Fatui want from me? Worth. Those are all completely worthless. Benefits, divine power, these material creating a god. Yes, we are using. If humanity cannot attain omniscience and omnipotence, then we shall create a god to reveal them. This is that we shall regain a god's guidance at long last. Even Irminsul will be freed from its plight. For our nation of scholars, this is the ultimate aspiration. You will never understand the rapture of having gods exist on a plane that far eclipses humanity's. Lesser Lord Kusanal, care for the people, fend off sandstorms, fabricate silly fairy tales. These are but child's play for the Academia. We are a people favored by Greater Lord Rukadevata, though I may have personally not. The ascension of the Lesser Lord has brought nothing but bewilderment to the scholars. They all ask, is that true? With that in mind, it is better to keep her isolated in the sanctuary of Suris.
What a pathetic justification! Do you really think that only the super—
As per your judgment, Grand Sage, they are indeed dangerous individuals. Not only are they acting against the Academia, but their ideologies have the potential to lead scholars.
I'll hate them? Are you talking—
Anyway, I've brought them to the Academia as ordered, but it took some time and trouble. Oh, that reminds me. Here's the investigation. It's a summary of my time spent with the Traveler, an array of information about him.
I'll hate them? So we finally started to trust you!
Excellent. Detailed contents with no errors. I would expect, as it is Niagarbaha Day, I'll enter the information on you into the Akasha. Surely you know what that means.
Parce que le truc de connaissance divine là, il était rouge.
We'll be monitored, just like.
With the Akasha's calculation prowess, all of your actions will be predicted with an accuracy of at least 98. To put it into words you can understand, wherever you go, you will be walking under an invisible leash. This is Sumeru's greatest penalty for dishonor. Are you not familiar with the concept that great responsibility begets an equal? In any case, you are Sumeru's most concerning external variable. Locking you down will—
You're despicable!
Despicable? Perhaps from your perspective, but I suppose you would mentally prepare. Your ploy was to sacrifice—
Lord Azar, I know what you're trying to say, but I've been following your plan this entire—
Must I delineate your entire plan? First off, I received an eyewitness report that you were spotted with the Traveler at Caravan Ribat. However, you immediately departed for the desert and escaped surveillance range. Judging by the time, you all likely encountered the truant General Mahamatra in the desert. Am I correct?
Maybe Paimon shouldn't have mentioned Sino just now.
The Academia had not received correspondence from its scribe for a prolonged time. You were also with their instigation. What was the probability that you would betray the Academia?
Regardless, that's only a guess. The facts are that I've brought the Traveler right before you, and I gave you my report.
Indeed, your boldness deserves praise. To think that despite status as an outlander, if I'm correct, you have a contingency plan to save Lesser Lord Kusanali and sneak into the Academia on Neagarbaha Day, using Alhaitham's status as the scribe. For there is a good chance that an opportunity to save the should your intentions be discovered, Alhaitham will turn traitor and sacrifice the Traveler, thus proving his innocence. As for Sino, according to the Akasha's calculations, he will soon return to the Academia and confront me in person.
You'll see me as a traitor regardless of what I say. No, even if you impugn me, it would have little effect on—
You misunderstand. Losing our scribe would irreparably damage the Academia's regular operations, and however, under the current circumstances, even that is trivial.
You said that I betrayed the Academia, but you, Azar, you've betrayed all of
So flight is turned to fight at long last. Guards! Well, what do we have here? So you stole that divine knowledge capsule?
Traitor! You traitor!
Even the most rational scholar will yearn for the power of a god in a moment of desperation. Aren't you doing the exact same thing as me, Alhaitham? Unfortunately for you, no god will lend you their power.
Azar!
He has gone completely insane.
Oh.
Take him to the Matra and exile him to Aru village. Then find someone to take these two to the confinement room. I'll deal with them later.
Grand Sage, we've finished all required preparations for Neagarbaha Day. We may begin to enter the capsules now.
Excellent. You may begin.
Ok, ça avait l'air de faire partie de son plan.
Paimon got a bit carried away there. How was Paimon acting just now? Great, huh? Everything's going according to plan so far. We made it into confinement, and Alhaitham's probably done with his part too. We even managed to trick Grand Sage Azar. What are we doing next? Paimon has trouble remembering things when she's worked up. Right.
Ah oui, la réunion, mais non, on l'a prévu, ils ont
We still
skip.
have yet another goal in the first stage of our operation, which is to send the Traveler to the confinement.
What? Why do we want to get him locked up on...
He's always been the person the sages are most afraid of, as well as the greatest obstacle to their success. Once the Traveler is imprisoned, the sages will likely think that everything is under control, and with their guard down, the next phase of our...
I can already see the pompous looks on their faces.
Oh, that's a super tricky plan. But Paimon still thinks it's not really...
That isn't the only reason, of course. He has a more important task once... According to the Academia scholars in Ramon's custody, Lesser Lord Kusanali has sealed off her consciousness in the Akasha ever since she was captured by the Doctor. That way, they can't pry any more information from her. Even if we break into the sanctuary of Surasthana, it will take time to awaken Lesser Lord Kusanali's conscience.
So our job is to wake up Nahida!
The confinement room is inside the academia, close to the sanctuary of Surasthana. I'll work with Raman scholars to make some modifications to your Akasha terminal. Once you're in, get as close as you can to However, as for whether she'll actually wake up, that...
Oh, no wonder you've been wearing your Akasha terminal today. It's the one Paimon thought they'd take our Akasha terminals when they'd locked us up in here. Were they being careless? Alright, so what now? Sounds easy enough. We can finally talk with Nahida after... There's a light flashing on your Akasha terminal. It's almost like... The faster it blinks, the better the signal! Here? No signal again. Is it getting jammed?
C'est une drôle de cellule quand même.
Propagate!
Is this the right spot? Are you getting anything? Please work.
Nahida! Hey, Nahida!
When did it first start? Oh, right. It started... I want to become a worthy Archon. So I've kept studying. Kept listening to my people and their hearts. Kept looking for a way to save Irminsul. So I can catch up. Catch up to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But I'm stuck in the sanctuary of Surasthana. The sages are creating a god to replace, and I'm forced to lock my consciousness in this.
Nahida! Nahida!
It's so quiet here. Now that I think of it, I don't think I've ever actually listened to my own. Do Archons have them? Should Archons have them? Have I been doing the right thing? Am I really? How do I really? It's so quiet here.
Since you're the god of wisdom, you've known the answers to all these questions since the very beginning.
You're right, though. I won't.
Nahida! Nahida?
Did you wake me up?
We're here to rescue you. Are you alright?
I'm fine. When I think of everything that's happened to me, I feel really angry now.
You should have been angry ages ago.
Huh? Oh, you're back! How's everything? That's wonderful news! Great, when you went to wake up Nahida, Paimon was listening for any... You were out for a long time. There are fewer and fewer scholars going about now. You think everyone's done with their Nyagarbha date? Yep! So that means our next...
Nilou, are you sure about this? You're taking such a great risk.
I'm sure, and I'm going. You know that I don't like to pass up.
All right. You seem to... But if anything happens, the few of us here...
Don't worry. They've been through worse. Everything's going to be...
All right. You know...
Thanks, Mr. Zubair. You're so very kind.
Ah, on joue Nilou.
Here.
Ah, en vrai, elle a l'air pas mal. « 35 000 PV, wesh.
Nilou, how's it going? Nervous?
Definitely more than usual. But it's because I'm...
It's okay. Just focus on your performance.
You sure know how to talk. Take...
Well, thank you both.
Ooh, that sounds great.
All right, let's get back to business. Nilou, we'll be here to keep...
I was planning on telling them something like, the Academia has been conducting a week...
Oh, you couldn't think of anything better?
I think it sounds great. I'm counting on you guys.
Don't worry. It'll be a piece of...
Ok.
Hey, Nilou. Sorry, it's great to see you, but I'm really busy right now. Our bait people away. Do you want some candy?
Vihar, thank you so much for doing all of this. I'll pass on the candy, though. I cut back on sweets in the period leading up to a performance, and I'm about to start one.
You have a point. The stage is cleared and everything's...
Yeah, thanks to you. I'm really...
You're welcome. The honor's all mine, since I'll have such a great view of the show.
Une cinématique. Couper la musique.
I've never seen a performance like this. This is incredible.
Yeah, but I heard that public performances like these have been banned. I can't believe she's doing this here.
Grand Sage, there's some commotion outside.
Huh. How uninteresting. Issue the new Prohibition Act from the Akasha to the guards. They'll know what to do.
Do you think we should, stop her?
Let's just watch for a little bit longer.
Did you hear that? It sounds like a lot of guards just ran by. Does this mean the plan has moved on to the next stage? Yep. It's come to think of it. When did Al replace the knowledge capsule that was about to be entered into the Akasha? Oh, so that's when he did it! Paimon was too nervous to notice. Speaking of, didn't Al also yoink the divine knowledge cap? It's a time-tested trick of his. Why are we complimenting him? Yeah, Let's review our plan for this stage again. Paimon remembers that Nilou's task was supposed to go a bit like this.
Un flashback.
Now that Lesser Lord Kusanali's consciousness has been forcefully sealed, the core figures of the academia and their guards have started to wear their Akasha terminals again. With the doctor's technological support, they think they have nothing to fear.
How despicable of them to rely on such a...
But this is also our chance. I was originally asked to draft the knowledge capsule for the Artistic Performances Prohibition Act when I was still at the academia. It should be on the Grand Sage's desk right now, and will be entered into the Akasha during the next Nyargarbaha Day.
Are they really going to stop all artistic performances?
I'll make an identical knowledge capsule, but this time, I'll smuggle some misleading information into it. We only need to find an opportunity to switch the capsules. Once it's been entered into the Akasha on Nyargarbaha Day, if someone were to be seen, the sages would definitely use that opportunity to announce the ban. And so...
Sure sounds complicated, but it seems like if everything goes... That's pretty clever, getting right into their heads. I just have one question. Even if we manage to get the misleading info out to the
people who are used to relying on the Akasha become less inquisitive, and their ability to distinguish truth from...
The Akasha will turn humans into machines. I've seen it happen many times.
Yikes. Good thing I didn't wear it for long when I was working in Sumeru City. At first, I thought it was a good thing too. By the way, this plan still requires a performer, right?
Do you have someone in mind?
Nilou of Zubair Theater. I know her really well. We can trust her. I'm kinda hesitant to ask her to participate in a dangerous plan like this, but we can ask her in person.
All right. After the guards in the academia are gone,
then it'll be time for me and my stowaway brothers to shine.
Donc maintenant c'est Dia qui va passer à l'action.
Here they come. Did you see that, Raman? They came out from the academia in droves.
After laying low in the city for so long, this is the moment we've been waiting for.
We couldn't do anything to them inside their coop. But outside the academia, this is out.
With a lioness like you,
we still need to eliminate the guards as soon as possible. If we give this...
all they've done is to sit on their cushy salaries and twiddle their thumbs all day while we fought and struggled every day in the desert.
Speaking of which, most of the guards who report directly following those blasted sages every winter.
Indeed. The trap has been set.
All right, let's each take a road and herd the...
You gave such an important task.
It'll be fine. Isak besides, even if he's caught, the guards would...
You've got a point.
Good luck.
Ah, on joue pas.
Hey, do you remember what you need to do, Isak? When the guards get here, you'll pretend to be Lesser Lord Kusanali and run away from them.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Of course I do.
Relax. Don't think about getting caught. You only need to think about getting the guards' attention and leading them to the grand...
Okay, got it. I'm here to pay back Lesser...
Hey! They're here! I can see the academia guards!
Alright, it's time.
Ok, je touche à rien. Je peux juste bouger la caméra.
Why is there a guard over there? Did he already run ahead of me? This is different from our plan. But there's no time. I need to make a choice.
Let's have a look behind the house.
What should I do next?
Looks like nothing's here. A wasted time.
Luckily, he didn't check behind the tree. The guard looks alert. What should I...
Doesn't seem like anything unusual's around here.
Looks like the guard...
Hey! Lesser Lord Kusanali is over there! Stop!
What? Lesser Lord Kusanali? How did I not notice that?
They found me. This is bad. Where should I go?
The target suspected to be Lesser Lord Kusan... Where did she go? How did she disappear? Did we lose her? Hurry up and find...
Hey, why is your team here? Didn't we say to split up our search?
Hurry! Hurry! This place is... Why are you all here?
Yeah, isn't it one heck of a coincidence? Everybody's here. What on earth? I suppose that's all of you? Who are you? Did you set us up? What?
Phew, that was rough. I almost got...
Little brat? So you're not actually Lesser Lord...
Just some colleagues. Think of this as a business competition. Or, after stepping into our trap, stop thinking of yourself.
An ambush? How's that possible?
You've spent all your time hiding away in the academia.
On va jouer d'IA? Non.
This is odd. The academia has quieted down after the conclusion of the Nyagarbha Day ceremonies. Where are the guards? Why have I not seen a single one?
Grand Sage, how may I be of assistance?
I called for the guards. Why did you come?
My apologies. Right now, all Academia guards have entered the city to perform the order to rest. I thought you knew.
Arrest? Who? I have an ominous feeling.
Arrest Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Is that...
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. I wouldn't dare make up. Right now, everyone is in a panic, and many are saying that...
What happened? Just Lesser Lord Kusanali somehow escaped? That's impossible. The Academia is heavily guarded today, and any order to release Lesser Lord Kusanali... What manner of disappear? Wait. How was the arrest order distributed to the guards?
It was issued by the Akasha earlier today. Only you have the authority to send messages like that, so...
Let me check. Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped from the sanctuary. The Akasha indeed contains this information, and it clearly appears... How did they bypass my permissions to issue this kind of message? Was it the report about the traveler that Alhaitham submitted? No. I specifically checked that knowledge capsule before entering it into the Akasha. Well, even if I figure it out now, it won't make any difference. Have you been to the sanctuary of Surasthana?
Confirm. It may be a bit offensive to say this, but how can the information in the Akasha be inaccurate? What the Akasha if we have to confirm the information and knowledge from the Akasha, then how is that any different from us learning that
in the beginning, it was I who asked you to believe in the Akasha, to believe in the legacy left by Greater Lord Rukadev.
No, Grand Sage. I'm...
Stay here and see if there are any suspicious...
Yes, Grand Sage.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped from the sanctuary of Surasthana. How can that be? Stop thinking about it. Stop. It must be a trick of theirs. As long as I personally confirm it. Ah! Impossible. That's impossible. There must be something. She really appeared again? What is the meaning of this?
What a comical Once the Akasha has put certain thoughts into your head, even the Grand Sage can no longer see what's right in front of him. You all can only see the world in your mind. The one, and precisely because of this, she has been a
Sino. Have you been waiting for it? The Akasha predicted that you would return to the Academia to confront...
No, you were blinded. Your faults stem from your reliance on the Akasha.
I truly did not expect a proud person like you to cooperate with Alhaitham and the Traveler.
People change, Azar. Admit it. The Akasha...
Then tell me.
You want to buy time? This is the sanctuary of Surasthana. Under your own regulations, even as for the investigation, I've at least confirmed that you are guilty of insurgency against the Archon. A serious...
So what? Did you do all of this so I would plead guilty in front of you, General?
No. I want you to plead guilty in front of the Archon. You once said that I had no standing to judge you. So now, how about judgment in the name of a god?
Et on voit tout le monde se battre, mais on les joue pas, c'est chiant. Moi aussi je veux me battre. Tout à l'heure, je regarde, c'est... Je suis au cinéma.
Hopefully something bad didn't happen. Yeah, but aren't you scared that we might be thinking about it? At least when Paimon thinks of Nahida being imprisoned alone in the sanctuary of Surasthana, Paimon can't help but feel...
Yeah.
Here comes your savior.
J'aurais pensé que ce serait Alhaitham.
Paimon just knew you would come to rescue us!
You two really owe me some big thanks. I had to search through who knows how many guards to find the key here. It felt even more tiring than whacking them. I'm exhausted.
Thanks a lot. Need Paimon to rub your shoulders?
Oui, c'est possible.
No, that's...
Faudrait que je regarde mon titre.
I'll pass.
What are you afraid of? Oh, are you ticklish?
Now isn't the time to talk about being ticklish. Things in the city and on Sino's side are both going well. The guards that stormed out of the Academia are all taken care of. The Corps of 30 is in charge of the city's defenses, but we already talked to Asfand. They've been fed up with the sages bossing them around. As long as it doesn't break their employment contracts, they'll turn a blind eye.
That's probably because you've been super great friends with them for a long time. So, how's Sino?
The Grand Sage is in his custody. Even I know how terrible it is to fall into Sino. Sino forced him to release Lesser Lord Kusanali. He has no choice but to obey. So, hurry to the sanctuary of Surasthana. We should have already rescued our Archon. Honestly, I didn't expect our ragtag bunch to do that. Alright, you two better go. I still have to clean up some messes in the city. See you around.
Ok. Oh. Faut aller au sanctuaire du coup.
Quit following me.
They say it's nice to meet you. This is the first time we've met in real life. Before, we've only met in dreams, consciousness. Oh, thank you so much for coming to rescue me. But during this time, I did some self-reflection. My sense of inferiority and yielding to the academia led to all of this, and created so...
Exactly! We're here because you're a good Archon and...
Thanks, Amazing. So this is how it feels to walk. It's like I just had an endlessly long dream. I can't even tell if I just woke up or is... Oh, my concept of self has become so clear. But now doesn't seem to be the time to indulge in this feeling. This is really embarrassing. You all just rescued an Archon.
It's okay. With you here, Paimon's sure that everything...
There's one more thing.
What is it?
For all the things the academia did to me, and for all the folly it committed in the name of wisdom, as...
Ah! Wow! That's the spirit! You're finally...
I understand now. To be a better Archon, if you haven't even figured out how to be a caterpillar, how can you be a butterfly? Yes, true. That reminds me. We need to hurry and prevent the birth of that false god. I need to make some preparations. Since I'm now free, I can establish a direct link. First things first. I need to remove the restrictions that the doctor put on. After that, I'll make some adjustments and revoke the sage's permissions. The Akasha, after all, the academia betrayed Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's trust. This might take some time. And then if we don't stop the god creation plan in time, we'll be in for a tough fight.
Okay.
You might as well prepare for a fight. When we're
Nice.
done, we can take a walk around. After all, we missed out on a lot of stuff when we were...
Succès le jour le plus long. Oh, faut que je rentre dedans.
How's it going, Nahida? I'm done with the parts that needed... Although it's my first time working with the Akasha like this, its internal structure and operation procedures are easy for me to understand. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's... Oh, also, this is for you.
Huh? What's this little...
It's a small device I put together just now. You can think of it as an upgrade. You may not need it right now, but it should be helpful.
Wait! This thing has the same characteristic. We're both small things that float! Oh, all the things that make Paimon special got copied! When Paimon appears with the Traveler from now on, people won't remember Paimon because...
It's alright, Paimon. It's only a flying device. But you're the Traveler's...
You're so good at comforting people, Nahida.
If I'll... I was simply telling you what I feel to be the truth.
Nahida, you're a natural at this. Wait,
by the way, even though I'm the Archon and in control of myself again, I'm not very good at fighting. You may have heard that an Archon's power is derived from their people's faith. However, I'm not as well loved as Greater Lord. If we get into a situation where combat is our only option, I'll have to count on you, and I'm glad I can rely on you.
So the God of Wisdom isn't...
I've located where the false god is.
Ok.
What is this place? Wow.
Who would have thought that the sages wanted to realize their god creation plan without being discovered?
That's true.
Judging from the structure here, the project is a huge undertaking. but this place doesn't look like it could have been constructed for Tui under the Doctor sure didn't hold back. They provided a lot of technological support.
Yeah, or else they would.
Is that it, though? I've always felt that this Doctor is different from the Academia sages. Instead of being interested in the end product, it's like he's enjoying the...
The Fatui Harbingers are all such weirdos. So, the Doctor being weird...
So, this Fatui that they're trying to turn into a god is called the Ballad. We had previously come into contact with his consciousness. He harbors one is the desire for a gnosis, since he was created to be the vessel for one. The other obsession is probably related to his past.
Paimon knows that he was a prototype puppet for the Raiden Shogun before he became a Fatui Harbinger. That's why he wants a gnosis so badly. There's no way he'd willingly be a test subject.
It sounds like you know the Balladeer quite well. I see. Tell me more about him and what he's... The more we know now, the better we can plan for and react to it. I see. Alright, time to go.
Okay. Tiens.
Let's dance.
Behold!
It looks like we can climb up these pipes. The pattern on the ground seems all messed up. Let's go around and see if there's a way to fix it.
Je sais pas ce que je dois faire.
Nice and spicy. Let the show begin.
The wind rises.
Oh, il a reset.
Behold!
This isn't good.
Ok.
Nice and spicy. Not now.
The wind rises.
Tiens, un nid sur île.
The night is cold. Boba, get them.
Squall and fury. The wind rises. That's far enough. Surge forth.
Out of the fright. My guiding stars.
Ok.
Quit following me.
The cart is stuck. Maybe there's something wrong with the tracks. Let's try adjusting the direction of the device to clear the tracks.
Ok. J'ai failli tomber, mais c'est pas grave.
Nice and spicy. Not now.
Shouldn't get careless. Behold!
Ok. Voilà, il en reste un encore. Ok, c'était pas là.
Too slow.
My guiding star, let's dance.
Squall and fury.
The night is cold.
The wind rises.
Boba, get my guiding star.
Wretched vermin. Behold.
Moi j'ai mis mon outil sur une luciole. Je trouve les matchs cryo plus chiantes à affronter que les électros. Ok. C'est un ascenseur. On est peut-être un peu trop proche.
Looking at its operational status, we must prepare for the worst. The god they wanted to create is likely close to completion. Oh no, what should we do? Are you... If you really want to know... Yes, I am. This is probably the... I feel not just nervous, but curious? Curious about our fate. To me, everything we perceive in this world, and if it's a form of knowledge, then it can be understood. However, only fate is about... So to me, fate is the ultimate knowledge. That's also why I love observing and now, at long last, I will personally experience my own... Ah, so that's what you mean. Agreed. Okay, let's continue on. I can sense his aura from here.
Ok, il est là.
Who would have thought the world would be so eager for my birth? I remember you, Booer, the god of wisdom, and standing beside you, the traveler.
Is he all-knowing and powerful now like Greater Lord Rukkhadevata?
No, I can't feel the same kind of divinity I felt from the Greater Lord. It seems that the sages didn't get the chance to infuse the divine knowledge capsules into him. But even still, he has undoubtedly become a true god now.
So we're too late? The Balladeer has already become a god?
The Balladeer. A long bygone title. When my spirit ascended to divinity, I felt as if I had existed for the same number of epochs as heaven and earth. Looking back, the existence of what once called itself Kunikazushi appears infinitely small and ugly.
This imposing aura.
A body that capitalizes on the Balladeer's original construct. How much effort and resources did the sages put into this? From a purely technological perspective, it's a commendable achievement in—
You sure are something. Dishing out compliments at—
But I don't think he's reached the spiritual height of a god.
Strife is engraved upon every god and every gnosis brought forth into this world. Can you feel it? The exhilaration of such power. And
Nahida wouldn't feel the same thing.
do you not realize that you are interrupting a conversation between gods?
The strife engraved upon a gnosis. You're talking about the Archon War. Tevat's current peace was not easily won. I didn't personally participate. All those losses were meaningless, driven by the demands of the laws. There's no point in bringing it up again.
Is that so? Yeah, this is a first. Encountering a god in this world. No wonder your own people have abandoned you. God of wisdom. Your judgment is as your existence. Unsubstantial. This is where everything ends, Booer. The god of wisdom. You should know that wisdom cannot solve every problem. Like now, come. Let us reenact a scene of the Archon War. Come.
Cole, learn to
perish!
Nice and spicy.
Squall and fury. Churn! Unsightly insects. Insignificant pest! Behold! My endless cycle begins! Squall and fury!
Bon, il était pas compliqué. Bon, après, je l'ai vaincu avec lui-même qui est broken. on va l'affronter sous une autre forme, comme Tartaglia là. Ok. Aïe, ok. Bon, je vois ce que ça fait maintenant.
Burn to oblivion! Wind rises. Kneel! Wretched vermin! You filth!
Ah, qu'est-ce que je dois faire? Je comprends pas.
Tremble! How amusing.
Don't be scared. Not now.
Reality is pain. This is supposed to be a battle between gods, yet you choose to hide behind a mortal. And now, you're acting like you'd sacrifice yourself for a human. Are you having fun proving a false sense of heroism to yourself, booer?
The data collection is almost complete. Do you even know how many times you've tried to take my gnosis from me? We just concluded the 168th loop. Did you know that in the effort to create you, the people of Sumeru were forced to live through the exact same number of Sub-Zerus festivals and Samsara cycles?
The power of dreams. When did you use it on me?
Dès le début.
You can't even defeat me in a dream. What do you hope to achieve with this little trick?
Come, traveler. Just like before. Allow me to awaken the memories in your dreams.
All that battle experience!
It's more than that. Compile everyone's wisdom in the name of the Archon. That is the original function of the Akasha. I've sent everything that happened just now to the people of Sumeru in the form of knowledge. I've asked them to help you find a way to defeat the false god. Now, all of Sumeru's wisdom is at your disposal.
Meaningless tricks won't save you. Are you done with your tricks? Can I finally take this as a real battle between gods?
I'll leave this to you. The first sage. A Boor.
I am the all-knowing God!
Grow!
Burn to oblivion! Wind rises. Kneel! You're dead!
Make yourselves at home. This might hurt a little.
That's far enough.
Nice and spicy. The night is cold. Cold, mine's a command. Let the show begin.
Squall fury. Reality is pain. The wind rises. Quit following me. Cry louder. Good riddance, cruel world.
Commit it to memory.
Not possible. Unsightly insects.
I'm the frying pan. Not now. I'll protect us. My guiding star.
Behold.
Dommage, je vole.
Humans. Filthy humans. No! Wait! Please! Anything but the gnosis! That's mine! Don't even try! I'll never go back!
We haven't yet found the answer to the most important mystery. Irminsul is still waiting to be saved. With the power of another gnosis, we may now finally understand the last memory of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. That's right. This is the last memory of my predecessor.
Ok.
seems very different from what Yes, that is our destination. But forbidden knowledge? It seems You're in for forbidden knowledge once polluted the desert thousands of years ago, but was successfully repelled. Then, a second instance of forbidden knowledge pollution occurred during the Conria Cataclysm 500 years ago. But I'm afraid it is much more serious this time.
So, if we're in the remaining conscious...
Yes. She didn't completely eradicate the way that everyone, including me, has forgotten everything about forbidden knowledge may vary. I'm just sharing her pain. Did she fight to resist the forbidden knowledge? She even used her last remnant of lucid consciousness to leave a... Yes. But now, we have a chip. We can cross the polluted and then... We'll let Greater Lord... Each of us need to be mindful even with the Gnosis' protection. We must always keep a clear mind. Don't worry. It should be easy enough for you to keep that...
Et est-ce qu'on va le rendre à la Shogun un jour son Gnosis? Parce que c'est elle quand même.
Are we in the air? And why is there a huge boat?
That's the boat of consciousness, which symbolizes reason.
Wow. What are these? The monsters seem to have been affected by them. Nice.
Let's dance. The night is cold. Stars shine through.
The wind rises. Squall and fury.
Oh non, pas les chiens loups là-bas bizarre. Oh. Trop chiant.
Not now. Cold. Mine's a Let the show begin. Come on. We can do it.
Eat this! Out of the frying pan.
Wretched vermin!
Boba, get them!
Behold!
Les shields ça devrait empêcher ces moments.
Look! Four-leaf sigils have appeared in the sky!
Oula.
The wind rises.
Hop là.
Squall and fury.
Nice and...
The night is cold. Don't be scared.
Behold!
To control the boat of consciousness, we need to find the helm first.
Il est sympa le bateau, il est joli.
We changed direction. Are we still...
Mm-hmm. Judging from the current route, the boat...
Ok.
We'll be arriving at our destination soon. How are you feeling? Are your minds still intact?
Huh? But everything's been...
Hopefully there won't be any more interruptions. This
Are you saying you've never met Greater Lord Rukkhadevata before?
No. It seems that otherwise. I think she would have given me a little more guidance.
Hey! You've done a great job, Nick.
Hmm.
So, is this the place you were talking about? The base of Irminsul?
Je crois qu'il y a un truc qui m'était tombé dessus et j'étais tombé plus bas.
Well, this is the place.
We're here to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, but the one standing over...
Is that... me? Are you... Greater Lord Rukkhadevata?
Yes, that's me. Are you surprised by my appearance? Irminsul and the surrounding lands have been reproduced here as they were years ago. But this is just a realm of consciousness. We are manifestations of the same nature. Hence why we would appear exactly the same.
We're...
Because you are me, and I am you. You are me in the new samsara.
The new samsara?
As Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, I'm the avatar of Irminsul. And you are the purest Imagine it this way. Even if a tree dies, its branches will eventually take root and grow. I'm merely the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. The real me has presumably died a long time ago. Judging from your appearance, but you're finally here. My new self in the samsara.
If this is true, then am I... going to be...
Though we share the same nature, our fates are bound to be different. When a branch grows into a mature tree, it won't be the same as the original.
That's why fate is the ultimate knowledge, isn't it?
That's a great insight. Yes, very good. It's also precisely why you won't become like me. But perhaps you may become an even greater Archon than I already see a determination in you that I didn't possess in my time. And the future that, along with the blessings from your past experiences. Don't worry. The growth of wisdom is like that of a plant. You only need to wait quietly for the flower to bloom.
Come to think of it, sages never had the faint...
Thank you. Nothing makes me happier than discovering that the Archon I always admired. What, it's so nice to speak with you, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
The feeling is mutual. From the moment I snapped the branch off Irminsul and created you, I've also looked forward to talking with you.
Could you tell me why you wanted to create me? And what exactly happened?
I see. You're here seeking out everything that day. Even the sky itself changed into a color like this. At that time, the seven were all summoned to the nation of Conria. Except for me. I had a more important task to attend to. I had to protect Irmin. The disaster occurred together with the pollution of forbidden knowledge. At that very moment, with my consciousness connected to Earth, the pain started to torment my mind. By the time I reached Irminsul, it was already displaying signs of corruption. Had I not repelled the pollution of forbidden knowledge with King Deshret thousands of years ago, I might have felt even more hopeless and lost.
So what exactly is?
It's a kind of knowledge that doesn't belong to this world. And a form of truth. It came from the very bottom of the abyss. Even I could never The world is constantly rejecting it. leading to all kinds of bad if we allow forbidden knowledge to pollute Irminsul.
So, there's knowledge that even the god of...
At that time, I knew I couldn't repel the forbidden knowledge with my... which is why I created a device that compile human...
It's truly the world's most amazing...
Thank you. For a long time, though it was selfish to do so, I borrowed people's dreams using the Akasha. Then I compiled their wisdom and...
Well, did it work?
Thanks to the wisdom of the people of Sumeru, almost all the forbidden knowledge was cleared from Irminsul. But things didn't go as smoothly as I thought. I had a terrible hit, and then I remembered that my consciousness was also connected with Irminsul. It brought me knowledge and wisdom from the very beginning. My existence...
Oh no, I've experienced that pain in your consciousness.
Yes, but my feelings weren't important. Even if I died, my existence and everything related to me would continue to exist in Irminsul, and there's no way for me to eliminate myself. It would be a sort of paradox. So, I took the purest branch of Irminsul as my incarnation in the next samsara, and left a trail of all in hopes that you would come here and remove me and my pollution from Irminsul forever.
Wait, no.
So you realize what that implies. Irminsul has all the knowledge and memories of this world. And at removing me from Irminsul means I essentially... But this is the...
People love you so much and they've missed you so much. How can we just... Is there really no other way?
You're the god of wisdom, Booer. You should know that there is...
But this is...
No need to feel so sad, Booer. As someone who delights in wisdom, you should feel joy. These are the words in their entirety. The answer you've been seeking. I'll let the world completely forget me. We all nestle under the great tree of wisdom, peering out to perceive the world. From the earth and from the rain, we perceive its wonders, until we become a white bird to perch atop a branch, and finally snap off the most important leaf. Once upon a time, I alone dreamed in this world. In my dreams, everybody would also dream after they fell asleep. Wild and wonderful thoughts would emerge from their minds. Some tumbled to the ground, and others floated to the sky, connecting all things in the world into one dazzling net. Among a plethora of worlds were numerous smaller worlds, all of fate, finding within the tapestry their brilliant glow. I gradually understood that these indescribable and constantly changing things are the most profound things in the world. Only they can completely repel the madness. Only dreams can awaken consciousness from the deepest darkness. I'm the one who posed this question, yet also the one who sought a solution. Saving the world with the dreams of the people used to be my answer. And now, you've also found your own answer, and I shall return all the dreams to the people. Goodbye, people of Sumeru. May you be blessed tonight with the sweetest of dreams.
Donner des frissons la cinématique.
I'm alright. We've just saved the world. So I don't know where this feeling inside of me is coming from. But I just know we used the power of two gnosis to stand. We removed the remaining pollution from Irminsul.
Yeah, what's wrong? Weren't you there just now?
Oh, qu'est-ce qui se passe encore? C'était qui? Doctor, non?
Huh? That sound.
I've been waiting here far too long. But finally I have the chance to be alone with you.
The doctor. What have you done?
Just a type of sound wave that can quickly put defenseless people into a dream. This is the only thing of interest I found among the sage's research. Don't worry. I know you would never forgive me if I actually killed them. I'm here to negotiate with you. Naturally, I won't do anything.
Negotiate with me? I heard you had already left Sumeru. Why are you here again now?
I left Sumeru, but I also Even the God of Wisdom is restricted by the habits of
You mean there are many different
An astute guess. Even the same individual will have different cognitions at different ages. A long time ago, I made a major decision in hopes of preserving all my perspectives of how I observe. Observation is the first step of any experiment, but observing the current world doesn't. So I saved segments of all my ages and made them into independent individuals. That's all there is to it. Indulge me. How does the God of Wisdom...
It's an insult to the very life inherently has many rules and restrictions, each with its own significance and reason to exist.
Indeed, it's difficult for humans to make peace with themselves.
Since you are in the academia, why wait until now to show up? You could very well have stopped us and...
Simple. Let me ask you this. Would any staff member ever help the subject in the middle of It was my experiment. So why should I interfere?
The academia saw the plan to create a god as their ultimate goal, yet you only saw it as an ordinary experiment. You really are crazy. If the experiment succeeded, you would have had a new god on your hand. Would you still take the same stance? Would you still hold the same view of yourself?
I'm first and foremost a scholar. These results should be left to the judgment of the hypothetical me.
As an individual, you don't have any sense of belonging.
Oh no, I certainly have my own convictions. All right, that's enough conversation for today. The experiment is over and it's... For example... Lesser Lord Kusanali, you're an intelligent Archon. I'm sure you understand the disparity in our combat abilities at this time.
Didn't you say you were here to negotiate with me? Somehow, it started...
After all, I'm also a scholar.
Your hypocrisy is built on absolute confidence. I understand your scheme, but... What if I were to destroy the Gnosis now? And awaken the heavenly principles.
Awaken? Do you think that's really possible?
The heavenly principles have been silent for many years, but the Gnosis are symbols. Will the destruction of a Gnosis attract the attention of the heavenly principles? And if do you dare to gamble such a possibility with...
Gamble? House, I thought you would show evidence or use rigorous reasoning to prove your point. But this is a clever move. You must have seen through me when I first captured your consciousness. As a scholar, I respect all possibilities. This has always been my principle. Indeed, I can't ignore this possibility.
This foreign gnosis will only lead to disaster if it stays in. But this electro-gnosis is the prize I obtained after defeating one of your fellow heart. Now, as the one who initiated this cascade of events, shouldn't you pay the corresponding
Price? Interesting. What price would you...
How about erasing all your other segments?
So this is how you wish to restrict me, the most threatening opponent of the Nation of Wisdom. What you request of me? Segments are extraordinarily difficult to make. They require extremely rare resources and enormous amounts of time. Yes, how very interesting. Can I ask, among all the versions of me, this segment you see now is the most selfish. If it weren't me, what did you see when you were imprisoned? You were observing me, and that's how you know I've long grown tired of their doubts and...
Like you said, it's difficult to make peace with yourself. Being as smart as you are, have you managed...
I see. If you think all those versions of me are worth a gnosis, then deal.
You sure didn't hesitate much. Is the relationship between...
I don't think there's any need to dwell on that. The surplus versions of me can be exchanged for a gnosis. Do you think anyone can offer them? Besides, with my abilities, it's only a matter of time until... But what I'd like to know is... how can you be sure?
I can see your remaining honesty.
What a ridiculous decision! You can't be serious!
How could I have been so short-sighted?
You think this is the end? Wait, I'll have my revenge!
You'll make this moment count.
You will regret this!
Well, have you confirmed that it's complete?
Here, take it. The future of Sumeru City will be in my hands alone. I will shut down the Akasha and let curiosity and the thirst for knowledge. There won't be any further gaps for you to exploit.
It truly pains me that my academic achievements have never been appreciated in my homeland. Of course, I have no interest in being rejected. Another chess piece. And where is you?
Don't be greedy, Harbinger of Snezhnaya.
No, this is a different transaction. If you intend to turn off the Akasha anyway, then there's no... Besides, isn't it the Archon's duty to deliver... Oh. Judging from your expression, you don't seem to find the idea very agreeable. Then let's think of it this way.
People exchanging knowledge with the God of Wisdom is the stuff of legends. Yet here you wish to exchange knowledge for the God of Wisdom's prop. Arrogant as that is, it has piqued my...
Let me ask you, have you in all your mighty knowledge ever heard the rumor that the skies of Tevat are fake?
Huh?
That's the secret hidden by Irminsul concerning the truth of this world. Once I finish telling you about this, it will be time with negotiations. We've all gotten what we wanted.
Your arrogance may know no bounds, and convictions may mean nothing to you. But I'll still listen to what you have to say.
Bon, j'imagine qu'elle y a donné son New 6.
Together! Are you awake? Kali says it's time for breakfast. Come on, get up! Good morning! How are you feeling today? Good to hear. It looks like we've recovered pretty well. Not even Tainari could stop us from
traveler.
Ok.
Good morning. Looks like you're awake. Yep, yep. I prepared some breakfast today. Please. It's nice to have you here so we can eat something yummy. Well, now that I've recovered from Alizar, I'm feeling better than ever. I can even prepare 4 and Paimon bets they're all delicious. Oh, by the way, someone brought a letter for you after you went to sleep last night. Nope. Paimon wanted to read the letter with you after you woke up. Oh, it's from you. We're going to hold a feast at the Grand Bazaar and celebrate as heroes of Sumeru. Please be sure to attend. I'll wait for— Oh, I've also heard that you've become heroes here as well. That's amazing. Sometimes I'm really envious of strong and confident people like you. Oh, you're embarrassing me. Anyway, let's go to the Grand Bazaar. Oh, before you leave, be sure to inform Master Tiny.
Ok. Bon, j'imagine qu'on est vers la fin, mais va falloir que j'y aille. Je vais parler à Tignari, puis on se laisse quoi.
Good morning. How do you feel?
We feel much better. How about you?
I'm recovering well. Thanks for asking.
But from the looks of it, you seem to be already—
It's fine. I'm not that busy, really. The Elazar patients have recovered, as well as Hypatia. For now, I only need to tend to my Forest Watcher duties.
It seems once Irminsul started getting better—
Yes, but there are still some residual. The withering is one example. Though it won't spread anymore, the existing zones won't just disappear. We forest rangers will still need to do the work.
By the way, we have some good news. Sign up—
This news is hardly new.
Huh? You mean he was already here? Why didn't he come—
He visited once, but he was afraid of disturbing you while you were resting. He just—
And you probably already know all about the celebration.
Celebration feast?
Huh? But didn't Milu say in her letter that they would celebrate—
Perhaps, or alternatively—
Come to think of it, Sino doesn't seem like the type who'd enjoy a celebration feast. You and Kale are both Sino's close friends. Why don't you come to the feast with us?
Kala has taken over some of my tasks these days. I don't think she'll have time for it. Not to mention me. You see, some VIPs have come to the forest recently.
Huh?
Well, technically speaking, they are former VIPs. The sages involved in recent incidents have begun their training in the Avidya forest, and the people they had previously imprisoned have all been released.
Huh?
Yes, he's a little weak, but he isn't injured and his condition is— Lesser Lord Kusanali, in her boundless mercy, has decided to spare Azar and the other wrongdoers. Supposedly, they were ashamed of their shallow ideologies and have decided to dedicate the rest of their lives to cultivating wisdom in the— When they learned that Lesser Lord Kusanali had defeated the Balladeer and saved Irminsul, they were shocked at first, but also became happy, feeling that the sacred light guiding them on the path of discovering wisdom had begun. As a result, work has increased for the Forest Ranger.
That sounds really exhausting.
There's nothing we can do, but that's another topic. Back to the matter at—
Ah, right! We're here to
You've recovered well. You may go, but be careful.
Et bon, il faut qu'on aille au Grand Bazar. J. Oh, est-ce que c'est la fin de la quête? Je pense que c'est la fin quand même. Je vais y aller. Il y a le trophée. Donc je pense que c'est la fin.
Too slow.
Je suis mauvais côté de l'arbre. C'est qui lui?
Well, there won't be any problems if the feast starts at that time.
Mr. Zubair, I finished telling things up here.
Is a simple reply really that much to ask of our guest?
Oh, it'll be fine.
I was thinking the same. Hey, Milu! Traveler, Paimon, we got your letters, so here we are! You're the best. The other guests haven't even replied yet. Huh? Are we? Yeah. I had someone deliver letters to all of our guests.
Look, I get it. Sumeru is an extremely important... Nilou is Sumeru's #1 celeb...
If you consider enjoying Nilu's dances having good taste, because Paimon thinks everybody will love her.
That's right. We all think she's a... Nilou is an absolute favorite among those of us who frequent the... Master Zubair. Let's have a vote for the most outstanding odd...
Nonsense, it is not... But indeed, we could try giving gifts to people with particularly good...
Ooh, good idea.
I don't want you giving pictures of... There's always a lot going on at the... Yeah. And that's Traveler and Paimon? Could you help confirm if the letters were actually... If for some reason they didn't receive... Yeah! We can also check out how... When I wrote the letters, I heard that Dia was in Port Orm. As for Sino, I'm not too sure about Ramon's whereabouts. My guess is that as for Dunyarzad, I just hope she's feeling better. I sent her a letter. Okay, got it. Let's go, Traveler.
Ok. Il va falloir qu'on aille voir tout le monde. Bon bah on va s'arrêter là.
Quit following me.
On va s'arrêter là. On finira ça. Peut-être ce soir. En vrai, peut-être ce soir. J'ai mes quêtes quotidiennes à faire. On fera peut-être ça ce soir. On fait ça, les quêtes quotidiennes, et puis on farmera peut-être un peu aussi. Puis on regardera les premiers... On fera peut-être nos premiers vœux aussi sur Aleitam. On verra, on verra. On a pas mal de trucs à faire. Bon. Et ben on aura fini nos quêtes principales à Semeru, quasiment. À Sumeru. Je dis toujours Semeru, mais c'est Sumeru. Et du coup, bah... Après, qu'est-ce qu'on aura à faire? Je crois qu'il y a Genèse inversée aussi. Donc oui, il faut libérer Scarramucchia à faire. On a... Qu'est-ce qu'on a d'autre à faire? On pourrait... Bah, il va y avoir les quêtes de l'événement, du festival des lanternes, tout ça. Il y a pas mal de primogèmes à farmer et tout. On a encore pas mal de trucs à faire. Bon, sur ce, si vous voulez voir toutes les rediffusions de Genshin Impact, tout ce que j'ai fait, tout ça, tout est sur YouTube. Et puis si vous voulez être averti des lives, vous pouvez me follow sur Twitch ou me suivre sur Twitter. Je tweete toujours mes lives sur Twitter. Donc voilà. Sur ce, je vous souhaite une bonne journée. Je vous dis bon appétit. On se retrouve ce soir peut-être. Et sur YouTube, je vous dis à dans 2 jours. Ciao, ciao.